You have this habit of placing things in a very matter-of-fact way, which which Madhavan would probably agree is attempted. We would consider underplaying, but maybe that's your approach to things in life, and that's what makes you unique. But not every scientist or space scientist or a rocket scientist would carry out the kind of James Bond mission that you did. And there's that scene from the film where I was rubbing my eyes and saying, if this is reality, then I can't believe this actually happened. Where and I'll play some clips right now as we are talking about this part where you actually take you close a deal when the Soviet Union is crumbling, when the USSR is crumbling. You do this last-minute late-night deal. I don't know how much fictionalization there is in that, but that's completely accurate. You carry out a deal with the Russians to give you a particular cryogenic engine, and where they tell you that we can give you the engine, but we cannot take the responsibility of shipping it. And then you are on the phone call with your bosses or your colleagues in ISRO and trying to find a way for you yourself to get this engine shipped on a private airline out of Russia to Indian soil, and you actually get that plane to take off at around the time when you're going to be arrested if you don't take off on time, and then you fly that engine to Pakistan, to Karachi by stealth, and then bring that engine to India.
I think we should fly to Karachi, refuel, and then fly to Trivandrum.
Karachi? The Americans would never imagine that we would take rocket parts to a hostile enemy nation, and the Pakistanis would never search the Russian aircraft. Brilliant strategy.
So my question to you is, can you relive that moment for me? Can you relive that? Can you relive that experience of flying that engine out? What happened?
No,
Tell me about that day.
Yeah. Actually, as I told you earlier, I didn't do anything illegal. I'm even now telling. What I did was, as per the contract, I have a provision to advance my payment, and they have a provision to supply the material.
They, as in the Russians?
Yes, they have given.
Yeah.
Now the question is, they were afraid of many things, so they didn't want to, because this is under negotiation. They want to redraft the contract. Actually, they wanted to scrap the contract, where I used my, shall I say, intelligence in saying that, after all, the Americans are objecting to the fact that you are giving me the technology, right? So don't give the technology. You don't have to scrap the contract. Now instead, you just give me hardwares. You just give me engines. So no technology is given. Then they said, it looks nice. So you check with the Americans. They checked with the Americans. They said, fine. So the technology is not transferred. Now that is the loophole with which we started working on it. And then eventually we got the materials which are within the contract. The contract is not redrafted, not scrapped. But at that time, we could not get our own airlines to carry this material.
So India refused.
And India refused.
Yeah, and because they were worried whether their aircraft will be allowed to land in New York and things like that, because it happened earlier in a different occasion. So I said, fine, and this guy, Ural Aviation, was willing to do it for the same price. So this is the whole truth behind it, and they have taken in some manner to, maybe shall I say, a little more increasing the tendency or in that way. But that Karachi part of it is only to, anyway they have to refuel somewhere. Now we felt that it is better that if you refuel at Karachi, nobody will believe that this material is coming through Karachi. That is only the little logic part of it.
So where did the plane fly off from with the cryogenic engine?
It went to Karachi, got it
from where? From Russia?
And then from Moscow.
From Moscow.
And those guys were interested in not, because they wanted to make sure that this is a legal material. They didn't want to. Then it came to Trivandrum directly, and then from Trivandrum, it didn't come to Delhi. It came from...
What were you going to do with these engines?
Actually, it is not only the engines and the parts and the materials and the documents, everything was there in those three consignments.
So effectively, you got a technology transfer.
In a way, yes. But what
you can be candid with me. Now it's been 28 years.
No, but I'm saying I would have, if I were to continue with that, yes, you are right. Now the point I'm saying, what makes me agitated is that I was removed from there. When you are arrested, you can't enter into that territory. Now when you were physically removed, and you can't do a damn, what do you do? But by the time 1.5 years passed, I got engaged in the other work rather than this work. And also it is
yeah.
difficult to store everything in your brain for more than that. You imagine the attitude with which you are subjected to. And you think that expect me to remember the cryogenic technology in my mind at that time when my wife and myself were removed from an autorickshaw. So this is a very beautiful drama, beautifully knitted, all drafted. So I was forced to engage myself in something. I was removed from the scene.
So it was a well-crafted plan.
I think so. But I don't know. Maybe it is only later it looks to me. Originally, I thought that I am being removed. See, the whole thing is, it's not coming to my mind immediately. Once I started thinking after winning the case in the 96, then I thought, who could have done this? Why they should do it? Then slowly I did my own investigation. Actually, in the process, I learned quite a bit. And even now I can tell you in my own way that who are all the people behind it, who could have gone, what could have happened. But these are, I would say, probability, but it is going to, according to me, it is accurate. For example, when there is a Los Angeles Times reports that the Russian Senators Committee chairman wanted a cryogenic contract to be scrapped, why should I disbelieve in that?